Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman, same promo code, 10% off at checkout. Both of these are fantastic deals, and they help support the show.
What's up, Planeswalkers? Felix Grumgully 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering. Today we're playing Goblins.
We're playing Goblins today. As a part of my nonsense monocolored week that is absolutely grifting off of Merchant's monocolored week, today we're playing Mono Red, and we're playing Goblins. So this deck includes some cool new cards like Conspicuous Snoop, as well as some cards only in Historic like Goblin Matron, and Goblin Incinerator, and Siege Gang, and Chainwhirler. It's a very simple deck. The plan is play Goblins and win. We do not have anything in this deck that is a non-land, non-goblin. We have lands, we have goblins. That's it. You could have burn, sure. Removal, Goblins. We don't even have spells that make goblins. Screw that, just goblins. So we got 3 Fanatical Firebrand and 3 Skirk Prospector. The Firebrand is very helpful at getting a nice early foothold and can help you to either deal with something early game or help, one of your other goblins push through something in the mid to late game. Skirk Prospector allows us to potentially get to some higher CMC goblins a little bit faster than we otherwise would. 3 Goblin Instigators. Essentially, we just have extra goblins. Works really nicely with Skirk Prospector. Works really nicely with any of our lords, etc. 4 Conspicuous Snoop is the Bee's Knees. This is a good old-fashioned 2-mana goblin. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast goblin spells from the top of your library. Goblins! As long as the top card of your library is a goblin card. Conspicuous Snoop has all activated ability of that card. So, theoretically, Skirk Prospector... technically, Gempalm Polluter has cycling, which is an activated ability, but I don't know if it works anywhere except for in hand anyway. So, obviously it doesn't work. I don't know if it technically gets the ability. And then of course we have the Siege Gang. But in general, this card is just great because other than our 22 lands, we can just kind of run through our deck with our Snoop. It's great. I will say I wanted to have the deck use the Conspicuous Snoop art. I could not find a high-res version, so woo. For Gempalm Incinerators, this is like our kind of only removal, if you really think about it. Incinerator is fantastic in that it is a 2-mana way to essentially draw a card and yeet an opposing creature that would block our goblins. It's also an instant speed card, so if we have to, we can deal with something annoying that our opponent casts, like the Questing Beast, or they're about to equip an Embercleave or something. We can go ahead and just yeet that out of existence. And for what it's worth, for its worth, what? I think that's what I said. I speak too fast. Gempalm Incinerator's stats aren't actually great as a goblin itself, but technically, I think I've only ever used this as removal. But it is a goblin. For Goblin Matrons, this is just, it's kind of a weak-bodied goblin, but it just allows us to get any goblin we want out of the deck and put it in our hand. Since our deck is nothing but goblins and lands, this is essentially a demonic tutor with a body. Technically, you just get whatever goblin you want at the time. Frankly, if you have something like Skirk Prospector and Goblin Instigator and its token around, already, then you can just get some good yeet stuff in. It's fantastic. 2 Krenko, 2 Warboss. I'm not a full member of the No Pants Gang. Apparently, Krenko makes pantsless goblin tokens. Sure, those look like rag pants to me, but all right, I'm not gonna say anything one way or the other, I guess. But Krenko, he gets bigger, but he starts out kind of small. Also, he doesn't have haste innately. We do have some cards that give our goblins haste, but this one potentially not the best. Legion Warboss is a little bit better, but it's not the same. Krenko is just cooler. Warboss has Mentor, which is nice. It allows us to make some of our smaller goblins bigger, and he just pumps out goblin tokens, which is fantastic. Goblin Warchief makes our goblin spells cost less, which is great, and gives our goblins haste. So one thing that is kind of nice is the ability to play Warchief on turn 2. We Skirk Prospector on turn 1. Turn 2, we can play Warchief, and then we can play an Instigator, right? So, on turn 3, turn 1, turn 2. Sorry, I'm thinking about turn 3. Turn 3, we can play things better. Shut up, all right? I'm not a mono red player. Anyway, it gives our creatures haste. It's great. It makes them cheaper, gives them haste. That's all that matters. For Goblin Chainwhirler, fun fact, this card's still decent. It just hit things. It hits opponents, planeswalkers, creatures, and it's a 3/3 with first strike. Not bad. One Trashmaster. This is one of the options we often get with Matron, because this is the only one in the deck currently, the only Lord currently, that gives our Goblins an actual +1/+1. I believe we are getting another Goblin Lord in Jumpstart. And that is actually coming out like a lot sooner than people, like no one's like talking about it, but it comes out in like a little over a week. So, I don't know. But yeah, Trashmaster is also nice because it allows us to sack a Goblin and blow up an artifact. Sometimes that'll matter. 4 Goblin Ringleaders. 3 Goblin Ringleaders. I'm only running 3. Alright, because I wanted to play Siege Gang. It's a haste 2/2, which is, you know, whatever. For 4, that's not the best. But you reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all Goblin cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest in the bottom in any order. Since the majority of our deck is Goblins, we should have a pretty decent time at that. Literally nearly, 60%? No. There's more than that. I can't do math. Whatever, shut up. Nearly most of our deck is Goblins, so we'll get it most of the time. 2 Siege Gang Commanders. These are fantastic because they give our deck a little bit of a little bit of reach. They come in with some tokens, which is nice, but we can also just sacrifice a Goblin to yeet 2 damage to, you know, anybody. Typically, our opponent's ugly face. We're running 19 mountains. We don't have the Jumpstart mountains yet, so I can't use the Goblin mountains. Shut up. It's not my choice. And then, of course, 3 Castle Embereth. It makes our Goblins a little bit bigger. We're also rocking the Goblin sleeves. Goblins. No, not bot match. I wanted to practice with the deck just to make sure, like, I didn't mess anything up royally. I've known to blame but myself. And I'm going to keep this in, because people in the chat are going to be like, ha! Another loss to Sparky. Shut up, right? I just wanted to make sure I can actually play the deck. Historic ranked. Black, green, red. Next one might be white, and I think I got a really awesome deck suggestion for white, which is Angels. I don't know how exactly I'm going to make it. I'm going to try not to make it just like lifelink the deck, but Angels. I don't have any 2-drops or 1-drops here.
I'll still keep it.
Put a mulligan. They have no sleeve. Double mulligan, alright. No sleeve. Or no card back, I should say. They're not sleeves. No pet. Frankly, kind of rude. Playing Vivian Avatar. They get points. Apparently, some people like the point system, so I might still do that from time to time. Ooh, this Chainwhirler was looking potentially real nice. Play another X1. Come on, just play another X1. Don't cultivate. It's not an X1. Come on. That's an X1. Everybody get up. It's time to chain now. Time to wheel jam going now. Welcome to your death now. It's your death. You are dead at the dead now. You're dead. I don't know what I'm doing. The issue, though, is that their creatures get bigger than mine relatively quickly. Such as that one, for example. In places such as... which means I think I want the Trashmaster. So I'm gonna go grab the Trashmaster. So that next turn, I can play the Trashmaster. Do I want the Trashmaster? Or would I rather have an Incinerator? I get an Incinerator. Questing Beast. Remember what I said about Incinerator being able to kill Questing Beast? They're doing it now. Is it worth it? to sack the Prospector and the Matron, to cycle my Incinerator and block the Questing Beast. Because I have First Strike, you don't. Lock. Sacrifice a Goblin. Sacrifice a Goblin. Cycle. It'll only deal 1, but that's fine. That's all it needs to deal. Because I have First Strike and I got a replacement! Hell yeah, dude. Do I have a Snoop? I think I'm gonna go with the Warchief for now, because it makes the rest of these a little bit cheaper, so I'll be able to do things a little bit better. Also, I ain't no coward. I'm obviously going to attack. Come on, I'm playing Goblins. Alright, we're just gonna see a Beast, which is an annoying blocker, for sure, but, you know, it's whatevs. They attack, that's fine. That's nice. Okay, let's see. So I can Snoop and still cycle the Incinerator. I think I'll do that. Okay. I'm going to attack with just my Chainwhirler. You know I'm running Incinerators. The reason I'm doing this is because I can't actually hit this on their turn because my because it has hexproof during their turn. So nice, they only have a land. They can start gaining life though. They decide not to attack. Very interesting. I'll play the Embereth. Why not? So, let's see. Here I can play Siege Gang. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. But I think I would just rather play Snoop off the top. Play a Krenko off the top. Play a Skirk off the top. And this is why Conspicuous Snoop is real good. So, I can attack with Krenko in order to get a couple of Goblins. But I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. So the next turn I can do some dumb things. Yeah, next turn I can Gucci Gang Commander and attack with Krenko essentially for free. So my opponent is likely going to Gilded Goose, make a food, and then use a food to gain a little bit of life. Obviously, an Embercleave is a little frightening. The issue, of course, is that they can't... Like, an Embercleave doesn't kill me. An Embercleave just puts me to 2. And then I think I would be able to kill them on the Crackback. Because they would... I assume they would only attack with the Spellbreaker. Which means... Matron. 1, 2... Red. Shoot. I am going to sacrifice this so that they don't get the Bonkers Giant in their hand. Yeah, I would have absolutely double blocked there. Legion Warboss. Comes in with 3 tokens. So I'm going to do this. And because I'm a coward, I'm going to do full control for a second. We're going to go to combat. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, I didn't end my turn. I plan on attacking. Four attackers. Resolve. Add red. Attack a goblin. Right. So the plan was sack goblins until Spellbreaker dies. My opponent takes a lot of damage. My Krenko lives. Cool things occur. Something pants game. I mean, no pants game. I mean, I prefer pants. I like jeans personally. A lot of people don't, which doesn't make any sense to me. Jeans are great as long as you fit in them. All right. Back to the Discord questions. Joseph Sweetsters, I don't know why I said sweetness. Joseph Sweetsters asks, which monocolor deck is the best? That depends on so many variables, but I'm going to answer you with this. Mono White Death and Taxes, every format. I'm going to say Mono White Death and Taxes. Format doesn't matter. Death and Taxes for life. They're using the right Chandra avatar. And the Chandra sleeves, so we're going to put them at a 6. We're gonna give him a 6. The issue is, I'm afraid I'm going to die to. Oh, yep. So okay, they could just be mono red aggro, but they might also be goblins. If they're goblins, they're gonna go to 8. If they're just mono red aggro, they're gonna drop to 4. Dropping all the way down to 4. Don't you hate to see it? Well, I'm getting Chainwhirler, so that's cool. But I assume my Snoop is gonna... No. This is what I like to call not a great situation. Oh, and it dies? Oh, yay! This is what I like to call a very bad situation. Okay. I mean, I Chainwhirler. I'm gonna get Ember Cleaved, aren't I? No? Okay. Okay, that's fine. So there's, it looks like they're just like setting up, I guess, maybe? I was about to say, there's no way they attack here. Unfortunately, I didn't get another land, so... Just gonna play another Chainwhirler, I guess. They're decent blockers. Please don't have a red spell. That's... Ooh! That's a rough red spell. Well, since they're only doing that, it's not actually all that bad. Okay. This is helpful. So I can whirl the chains. God, I'm at 8 though. I can whirl the chains and Firebrand. Unfortunately, I can't Gempalm as well. I think I'm going to whirl into Firebrand. So potentially I could sack the Firebrand to kill Robber of the Rich, but that's a 1-to-1. And if my opponent ends up attacking with Torbran, I can block with a Chainwhirler, then Firebrand the Torbran, so that it dies on first strike damage, and I wouldn't have to take the rest of the damage. So I think we're just gonna let the Robber exist. Okay. Did they attack with Torbran? They appear to not. Darn. They took one of my goblins. What's nice is that this is a free block. You didn't have first strike, you didn't have first strike. Which means I will be able to Gempalm Polluter this. I would like another land so I can get Krenko down. They can Matron and get... Why use that to Matron, though? You're kidding me. That deals 3 damage. Well, it's not technically Gruul aggro. It's Torbran Gruul. They go back to 5. They get to go back to 5. That's not your average everyday Gruul aggro. That's advanced Gruul aggro. Slick Samus. What are your favorite condiments? Ketchup and soy sauce. That's legit it. Ketchup I put on certain meats and words I'm looking for. The hell are those things called? Potato products. Cheese it goes all right with certain cheeses as well. Okay, Liliana black. Okay, we're at like a 6. No sleeves fox down to a 5. They're playing vampires down to a 4. I'm going to play Snoop. It says I can cast this. Oh, because this has the ability to sacrifice the goblin. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to cast this? Right, that's how. And then soy sauce for appropriately soy sauce things. Oh, fudge off. I'm gonna die.
Blood calls to your soul.
Ow. I have chump blockers. I'm not in a good way. Next turn I can play Siege Gang. Potentially. I'm not dead. Could you stop?
I bestow a mighty curse.
No! It apparently, so I was in full control in that first game because I thought I was doing something a little different, right? A little out of the ordinary. Apparently, I had no recompense for being able to actually just sack my goblin. Arena, fuck off. Ugh. Gotta make sure to go back into full control. Yeah, hate mayo, mustard, ranch, dressings of any kind, vinegars, vinaigrettes. Hate it. I just do not like how they taste. You're gonna hit Siege Gang?
Thank you for your service.
Oh, it's +3. Fuck. I forgot it was +3. Alright, well. I died. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction, though. Oops. Avakias, hard name to say, asks, what do you think would be the most interesting and fun off-colored creature, such as a blue wolf or green vampire? Technically those exist already, but only one of each and they're multicolored. Absolutely fair. Those don't count. My opponent, I hate you. I just hope you know. They're at like a 3. This is the only reason they're not at a 2. Don't you dare. Monster. I can play this next turn, make my creatures a little bit bigger. So one thing that I think would be super interesting is one of the reasons I actually mentioned it here, is... Which is Lightning, Firebrand, no, Shock the Firebrand, okay. That makes sense. Right, theoretically, right, I have Trashmaster into double Siege Game Commander. The issue is that Trashmaster is almost certainly going to die to a Wizard's Lightning. Or a Skewer the Critics. There it is. I got more goblins, but I think mono white goblins might actually be kind of interesting. So one of the many traits of goblins in certain media is their the proliferation of them, how prolific they are, the fact that they procreate a lot, kind of like rabbits. There's a lot of them, and I think it'd be interesting to explore an aspect of goblins where that's interesting. I did not expect that, to be honest. Just gonna play another Siege game. I'm gumming up the board with my goblins. My goblins! Because if I'm able to untap my Siege Gang, my Gucci Gang Commander, I can shoot down all their stupid little goblins. Although we might get Firebranded to the face here. Firebrand to the face in order to light up the stage. I know too much. And then they Chainwhirler, and I concede. And when they play to their outs, I'm just sad. Where was I? Oh, right. Would it be very interesting to kind of explore that, like the family aspect of goblins, where they're civilized. They're not civilized because they're in white color pie. They're civilized because goblins don't have to be idiots. You know, we can have smart goblins. We have smart goblins on Mercadia. So these goblins just happen to not be, bloodthirsty or whatever, what have you. And instead, it's a lot more of, oh my gosh, it's Mill. So essentially, can I hit them to death with my goblins before they can mill me? Let's find out. Okay. That was dumb. Well, was it? No, it's fine. I do need another land, though. Land, though, Calrissian. I milled no lands, so hopefully we're going to get a land. That was the land I wanted. They're already down to 4 cards. Down to 3 cards. I didn't draw land, but I did draw more aggro. So I guess that's fine. Anyway, sorry. So essentially, like, you have the families, kind of Game of Thrones style, like, vying for control of, you know, the power in a city or something like that. You know, it's like this big walled city or something, and all of the goblin families, like, they're huge families. Like, there's a ton of different, like, intermarriages and things, political machinations and whatnot. I'm very much upset by what has occurred here. We're gonna all go kill Ashiok, I guess. God, one land would have been great.
I aspired for more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm missing 9, 10, 12? 12 lands? Still 12. Okay, 11, 9, or 11, 10. So there are 10 lands in this. Half of this, okay, thank you. Alright, I gotta do some killing pretty fast. So I think I'm going to play Warchief first. Warchief will make it so I can cast these. Block the 4, the 2/2. Take this. They are down to 2 cards. I still have 20 cards. They have 1 card. This should be a win for me, baby. I can cycle Gempalm Incinerator. No, I think I'd rather do this. I should have cycled the polluter, god damn it. Okay, I am now in a dangerous zone. 12 cards left is relatively dangerous. They are down to 7. Ashiok. 2, 4, 8. So I'll have 4 cards on top.
Dream big tonight. You were a direct
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have lethal. Triple lethal, baby!
Goblins win! Goblins!
So yeah, beside like the super interesting like mono white political goblins, I think, well, I was gonna say mono white hydras, but for like a different reason. It's like the idea is that, man, no, it's the same reason. It's essentially each of the heads, like the heads are parts of like the family. I like mono white. Shut up. I was gonna say mono white vampires before, but we got Ixalan. I'm really glad we got Ixalan, by the way. I really love that they explored mono white more as just an, well, not technically just mono white. It is white and black, but still, the whole conquistador thing I think was a really interesting way to show that white ideologies can be evil. Hell, for what it's worth, I think pretty much, not evil per se, but all of the groups on Ixalan were bad, in their own different way. I do want to continue. I want to finish answering this question a little bit more. No, those wouldn't be interesting. I'm trying to think of, like, you know, some really like classical races that I think would be, not only would be interesting in other colors, but you have a way to fit them in. That's why I immediately went to goblins, because I do think that goblins don't have to inherently be, you know, people who just want to proliferate kill. We've seen monocolored zombies of every kind, right? We may not have seen mono green zombies, but we definitely have seen a lot of overlap with green for zombies. I think that's fair. I unfortunately can't think of any more right now. Really trying, really thinking, really trying. Oh. No, there's plenty of. I was gonna say elementals for black and white. For what it's worth, most of the elementals are in teamer colors, generally, but there are plenty of elementals in white and black. Yeah, I unfortunately can't really think of anything. I just want more beasts. Yeah, I think that's mostly what it is. I just want more beasts. Anyway, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons. I still haven't heard back from my newest patron. I will add him as soon as I can. I'd like to thank them for the continued support. If you'd like to join them supporting the show, you'll find links to that down in the description. I hope you've enjoyed this Goblin-y video. If you did, go and tap that like button, add subscription to your Maniple, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn of the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, I'll be one.